Hi there and welcome to another Thought for the Week here at Manvers Street Baptist Church. I want to read to you just a line from Psalm 3. I've been doing a lot of reading and reflecting on the Psalms recently, and we've been reading and reflecting on the Psalms as a family together in the mornings as well. And I know in our midweek Bible studies here at church, we've been doing a lot of looking at the Psalms as well. There's a common theme of the Psalms in all that I'm reading, and certainly what we're looking at as a church as well at the moment. I just want to read to you from Psalm 3 verse 1 from the Living Bible. O Lord, so many are against me, so many seek to harm me. I have so many enemies. Now that might not seem like the chirpiest of thoughts for you to hear on a Thursday afternoon, but David here is being honest, and that's one of the things I love so much about the Psalms, is that they are honest. They take the kind of raw emotion of what we experience, what we feel, and they present them as an offering of prayer, as an offering of praise before God. And David is honest here. And, you know, if we are honest, there are times where we feel like that as well, whether that's financial burdens that people might feel in the kind of financial difficult climate that we live in at the moment, whether that's a health issue, whether that's worrying about a loved one, whether that's uncertainty about the future, whether that's stress in a work or a study environment. You know, we all know what it's like to feel as though people are, or situations are pressing in around us on every side. And the psalm doesn't shy away from naming those difficulties and those challenges as well. But in the same breath that David talks about the enemies that surround him, and by the way, he's not talking about the kind of enemies that I mentioned there, you know, about stress or strain or worry, as hard as those things are. He's talking about physical enemies. He's talking about people who are trying to take his life. And actually in this psalm, that includes his own son, Absalom, that David is on the run, that he's lost, as it were, his throne, and people are looking at him and asking that question, well, where is his God then? If he's allowed this to happen to him, or where is the glory of the king now? But in the same breath that David names these enemies that are kind of surrounding him on every side, he changes the way that he looks at it. He acknowledges that yes, there are these hard times, but God is still his refuge. God is still his shield, his protection, the one who lifts his head. In fact, he says in the psalm, later in the psalm, he says, "You are my glory." You know, David experienced the glory of being king, but actually he's not kind of bemoaning the loss of his status. He's not bemoaning the way that people are looking at him. He's saying, you know, you are my glory. And so I can hold my head up high because my head is lifted by you, and because you are my glory. The crown is not my glory. The position is not my glory. The adulation of the people is not my glory. Lord, you are my glory. And so when we're facing those difficult times, we name and we acknowledge those difficult times for sure, but we also know that the Lord is our shield. He is our protector. He is our refuge. He is our glory, the one in whom we can, our heads can be lifted up. You know, we're not downcast and looking down at the floor. We're lifted. We're lifted to know what it means to be provided for. The Lord sustains me, David says, and many of us know the sustaining power of God in those difficult times and in those hard times. Maybe you're carrying heavy burdens at the moment. Maybe life is difficult. Maybe it feels as though problem after problem is pressing in on you at every turn from every side. But know that he sustains you, that he can sustain you, that he is a protector for you. Protector for your physical health, your mental health as well, your spiritual health, that he lifts your head, that he is your glory, that no matter what other people say about you, that no matter what circumstances there are, what your position is, how certain your future seems, he is your glory. And so today, maybe when anxiety rises, like David, speak that out loud. Be honest before God. Say, this feels like it's pushing in on this side, and this feels like it's pushing in on this side, and I find that hard to deal with. But then just breathe. Just breathe. Breathe in the peace and the presence of God, that you might know him as the one who sustains you. And as you take these breaths, remember that his presence surrounds you. That yes, it might feel like these problems are coming from every direction, but he surrounds you. There's a great line in that song, isn't there? That Michael W. Smith song. It may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. And so as you journey through the rest of this week, whatever it feels is coming at you from every side, may you know the presence of the one who lifts your head, who is your glory, and who sustains you. And may God bless you.